Well, hello everyone. Catherine and Erica here from Catherine Polar Designs. We are launching our next collection with Sizzix.
So we were really going for this ethereal, romantic, beautiful, carefree summer day outdoor vibes. Look at this.
This card sums it up
Perfectly.
totally. In this collection, you're going to find hot air balloons, kites, clouds, a birthday bunting, and a pretty amazing embossing folder.
Everything is going to work together beautifully, mix and match, and be just absolutely gorgeous. We were thinking of birthday cards, but I mean,
Baby,
yeah.
Wedding,
congratulations,
any kind of celebration,
engagement. Thank
scrapbook
you.
pages.
These need to be on scrapbook pages.
Yes.
Maybe you went to a hot air balloon festival.
That would be a great scrapbook page
Yeah.
to make with this. I want to show you everything in this collection, so let's dive in.
Okay.
We're starting out with the Up and Away stamp set with the fabulous hot air balloons.
And we also have the Up and Away dies that coordinate. And as you can see, there are a ton of dies in here. And there's several ways to use this.
If you love to color, stamp the outline image in black and color in with your medium of choice. We've also included filler stamps so you can color the balloon with stamping. I'm going to use the various panels to stamp Sparkling Berry and then Apricot, and I have a two-tone balloon. I'm going to stamp the basket in brown and then add some little bits and bobs to it. So I added a sparkle in orange peel over Apricot and then the hearts in Sangria. Die cut your balloons, add them to your card with some clouds, and we have various ways that you can do that as well. Then if you want to use the dies for the hot air balloon, I just cut out some panels. I'm going to ink them on my Apricot ink pad and then run them through with the embossing folder. We'll talk about this a little more, but you'll notice there's 4 different patterns there, and that was done for a very specific reason, but I can get some really great effects with this embossing folder. You're gonna love the extra stamps and thinlits and framelits that we've added to this collection to decorate your balloons and really up-level your cards.
And you can see the little banner shape, so you can add your sentiment floating behind, which is super adorable. You've got your heart-shaped balloon option, which can also be used on its own and not as a balloon if you wanted. You've got your clouds.
And I love how the packaging gives you a few design ideas, but stay tuned for more on YouTube and Instagram because we have lots of great projects coming your way. There is more fun to be had because our floating fancy thinlits creates a standalone hot air balloon. So no stamps required, but don't forget you can mix and match and use pieces from the stamp set on this set of thinlits. They were created to go together. So when you have all of these pieces, it's going to be a party. I love all of the pieces that we have to decorate. So we have the netting and the banners and the little overlay for the basket. And I had an absolute blast making this rainbow of hot air balloons. You can do scrapbook pages, cards, projects, maybe even a bunting. That's definitely on my project list.
These cards are gorgeous, different ways that you, again, can mix and match the pieces. And it's such a showstopper.
Speaking of showstoppers, this squiggly die, it makes a rose. Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to make it. And also these balloons that have the texture and the dots, I'm going to show you how to do that too. You may notice that our card samples look very cohesive, not only because of the products used, because they were created to go together and complement each other, but we also use the same color palette. So Rouge, Apricot, Sea Glass, Bay Breeze, Tranquil, Sparkling Berry, and Slate were all used on these cards.
This spa color combo has kind of a vintage nostalgic feel, which goes really well with the ethereal romantic theme of the stamp set.
Forgot to mention with an olive. That's a very important color that I've been using a lot. And this card right here was exactly what I was thinking when I wanted to add the butterflies.
Oh yeah, so we have those butterfly dies nestled in there, and you've got a couple of different sizes and angles so they can just flow out of the basket. That is beautiful.
And this hot air balloon card uses the heart. The Sky's the Limit stamp set and framelits features a kite theme with 3 different kites in stamp and dies. There's so many ways to use these. So just like the hot air balloon, you can stamp the line art and then color it in with your medium of choice, or you can use the stamps.
We have the patterned layers and the solid layers. So you're able to stamp the outline. Again, you could color that in with your favorite medium, or come back in and stamp the colors in with the accent stamps. I love the pattern options. There's a lot of mix and matching that can be done there, and everything's labeled to let you know which kite goes with which decorative piece.
Stamp them directly onto your project, or stamp them, then die cut, or just use the dies. So we have the outline die, which die cuts the stamped image, or you can use it to just cut out paper and then use the detail die on top. The green and blue kites are done with dies only, and the green and pink ones are done with the stamps.
Sentiments are going to be perfect for graduation cards this year.
Oh, you're right.
I love that.
That's one thing I love about this collection too. I know Jess created a few things geared toward babies. This is also going to be wonderful for graduations, birthdays, encouragement.
Ooh, weddings, engagement.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Next up is the Happy Everything Sentiments stamp set and the birthday bunting dies. So with this stamp set, you can stamp so many different greetings for different occasions. Happy birthday, happy everything, oh, happy day. And then you can mix and match these sentiments with the bunting dies.
Oh, so these are so fun. You've got each of the little bunting flags with the letters that cut out, and you're able to use them in a variety of different ways. You can inlay the letter back in, you can use the letters by themselves, or you can even use the bunting piece with the negative cut out, and you can also probably come up with some different words.
I think this bunting situation right here really shows off how great these colors go together.
It's a happy color combo. And then there are a lot of mix and match options, as you can see with the sentiment set, and the ways you can integrate the word happy, but there are also some standalone sentiments in there as well. You're going to get a lot of different options here, a big bang for your buck with this sentiment set.
Happy for this big news, happy that we are friends, my heart is so happy. And then of course we have several different options for size and font on the happy, and then it can be integrated with the banner dies. This happy birthday card, Christy Goulet is queen. She created that background just with strips of paper, and it's all the same color combo. She just used direct to paper technique to color them and layer them on that background. But that happy birthday just pops.
Super cute. Definitely a happy card.
And again, this is going to be great for scrapbook pages. And here, some of the kites were added to the card. I love the little extra stars and hearts on there too.
Yeah, and the slimline option is really fun for that. I could also see just making a banner and sticking it in the top of a cake.
Oh yes, absolutely. So here's a little direct to paper. I'm going to make some sparkling berry cardstock.
Then you could just cut it out and everything coordinates perfectly.
On the left, I used only the dies for the kite, and then think happy, choose happy, be happy. And then on the right, happy, stamp, and then the day dies. We had to include something for beautiful backgrounds. So introducing the In the Clouds layered stencil.
This one is a must-have. It is a 4-layer stencil. You can use 1 or 2 or all 4 to make gorgeous skies like this one.
I love how this one used Tranquil and then
Papa sea glass.
Yeah. Yeah. But here, these cards show lots of various ways to use the stencil. This one is just the base with white embossing powder and ink blending over the top. And then this one on the left has a layer of vellum over the top, which gives it a nice soft feel.
This card was the quintessential one. I love those pink clouds. It's so romantic.
And the orange ones?
Super
That's
cute.
really cool.
That's like a sunrise vibe.
Yeah, use your imagination. What kind of clouds will you make? So is this a piece de resistance? So we have this brand new Textured Impressions embossing folder. It is an A6 size. And do you see what's different about it? I'm gripping onto this embossing folder so tight. Like, it has 4 patterns on here. And that was very well thought out.
Yeah, it was kind of
right?
an integral part of what we wanted to include for this collection. So we wanted to be able to have a variety of patterns that you could emboss on these gorgeous hot air balloons. So we decided to create a 4-quadrant embossing folder. So we worked with the team at Sizzix to come up with this. We picked beautiful damask dots and vine prints that we thought would go with the theme. And then with each of these striped sections that cut out, you were able to take them, put them into the embossing folder, and get different textures or prints on them. Just like this.
So in one pass, I'm going to have 4 different patterns on the panels for my balloon. And these panels are very small scale for the small scale panels and the kites.
I mean, this is...
see how to do this?
Yeah, actually, this is just really, really stunning to me. That is embossed detail. It looks like it's cut.
I'm going to have to show you how to do this.
Let's see it.
All right. First up is the stencil. And the first thing we're going to do is change out our grid sheet for this stencil and stamp tool. Mine got a little inky, not a little, a lot. So it's time to change it. And every once in a while, you're going to want to change it because your grid sheet will start being not so sticky anymore. And I should have left the top on and pressed it down and then pulled the top off. The stencil has 4 layers, so picking out our colors, I definitely want to use Sparkling Berry because this is in the color combo that we've been using on all the cards. So to figure out what goes with Sparkling Berry, I'm going to grab my color wheel. So Sparkling Berry, Sugared Lavender, and Sangria. Those are Catherine Pooler Ink Red Violets. And I need one more color. So I'm going to jump over a column to red, and I'm going to grab Pink Champagne. For stenciling with the stencil and stamp tool, you're going to pull this piece off and add in the stencil adapter. The stencils have 2 holes at the top and they just go right onto the pegs. I'm going to line my layer on the grid sheet. I'm going to start with the lightest color, which is Pink Champagne. I like pink snowflakes, pink clouds, pink everything. If you want extra shading in with your clouds, you can go heavier in some spots and lighter in others, or make clouds darker on one side, going to light. You can have a lot of fun with the shading. Make really unique custom looks. Pull off stencil 1 and add on stencil 2. For these 3 red violets, Sparkling Berry is the lightest, so that one will go first. And it's going to go beautifully with that Pink Champagne. And then this will be the perfect backdrop for my kites or my hot air balloons, whether they are the Thinlits or the stamped images die cut, or even one of the buntings with the happy birthday. The reveal is always the best. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. Stencil number 3. Next up, Sugared Lavender. And as long as I'm going light to dark, I don't have to worry too much about having a sparkling clean brush. I can run a little bit of that color off on scratch paper or a paper towel and then go into my color. Number 3, reveal. Wow. Wow. I really love how this stencil came out. Next up, Sangria. And I love the detail that this piece adds, just these lines. It's just really fun. Gorgeous. I love that. A hot air balloon will be perfect for the clouds. And I wanted to show you how to do this. So this is a perfect opportunity. So all of these, I use the embossing folder and CP ink. So let's take a look. So my background is red, violet, and red. So I'm gonna go across the color wheel because I want 2 colors. So I want them to be complementary. And right across is my yellow green. So lemongrass with an olive, green tea, and eucalyptus. With an olive is in our color combo. And then we're gonna use lemongrass, green tea, and eucalyptus. Actually, I'm not gonna use all of these. Let's start with, I want these die cuts to be Sparkling Berry, white, and with an olive. It's a little direct to paper, and I have with an olive cardstock. If you do a lot of techniques like this, you're gonna want your ink refills on hand. So I'll just squeeze my bottle and run it across the ink pad, and it will be like new. Now I'm going to take my panels and emboss them. If I want my design to be debossed, I'm going to use the short side, or have the short side of the embossing folder on the top. See how this one is wider and this one is more narrow. And then it will press down and leave a debossed image. Just like that. And we'll do the other one. And then I can take any of these colors because they're going to coordinate with an olive. Do I want with an olive on with an olive, or to go darker? I guess I'm going darker. So just very lightly press down your paper onto your ink pad, because I only want to get ink on the flat part, not into the embossed pieces. So if you just press very gently, the pad will not sink down into that embossed area, and it will color just the flat part. Oh my gosh, so cool. Love it. It's just a wowzer, because now it has texture, it has pattern, it has color, and it just looks really, really cool. Then if you want to do tone on tone, this was colored with wintergreen, and then let's take sea glass. I'm going to gently tap or dab my ink pad onto the cardstock. And again, it doesn't sink down into the nooks and crannies of the design, and the debossed image stays the light color. That is so cool. Can take these, adhere them to your balloon. I'm going to line this up with the top bump, add my second piece on, and then because I have my liquid glue, I can move them around a little bit before they dry and get them positioned correctly. And then these dies give you so many decoration possibilities. So we'll add the basket netting to the basket, then add it to the hot air balloon, and these extra dies give so many design possibilities to your balloons. This piece is going to end up being a rose, and I think having it colored on both sides is best. If you want to use colored cardstock, that works really great, or just color both sides of your cardstock. So I'm just going to take this and roll it around my paintbrush end. We'll add some glue on this circular part, and then the rose will adhere to that. I like to just hold it for a bit while that glue dries. And here are a few more. And then you can decorate your balloon. My gosh, that is so pretty. I love it. And of course, if you have 3D flowers on a handmade card, you're either going to want to send it in a box or hand deliver. Hand-delivered cards are great. For the sentiment, I'm going to use the darkest yellow green, which is eucalyptus, and the sentiment from the Up and Away stamp set, along with the banner Thinlit. I love the really fine font on these sentiments. And I'm going to add this little banner. Ta-da! Leave us a comment. Let us know what your favorite product is and what you're excited the most about using.
So all of these products are now available at your local retailers and at Sizzix.com.
And shop.catherinepooler.com.
And if you don't see them at your favorite local retailer, let them know you would like to see them carry Catherine Pooler Sizzix products.
I hope you enjoyed this video, you learned something new, and you are as excited as we are about these hot air balloons, kites, this really cool embossing folder, and that 4-layer stencil.
Oh, so good.
And the bunting.
Yes.
And the sentiment set, because we're all happy.
And once you start creating, we want to see what you make. So make sure you tag Sizzix and Catherine Pooler Designs when you are sharing on your social media.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again really soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.